14 huge home and away spoilers for next week. Hey, home and away fans, get ready for an action-packed week from October 21st to 25th. In this video, we'll dive into 14 huge spoilers that you won't want to miss. Justin makes a bold move by striking a deal with the new nemesis Claudia, all while trying to keep Leah in the dark. Meanwhile, Tain finds himself juggling the demands of both Harper and Perri, and Cash's reckless behavior is starting to take a toll on his loved ones. Stick around for all the juicy details and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more exciting content. 1. Justin tries to appease Claudia. Justin and Leah set up a meeting with Claudia, the woman injured in a car accident due to Theo not checking her brakes. The meeting starts off rocky, but Justin's calm demeanor helps smooth things over. He apologizes to Claudia and invites her to dinner at Salt. Additionally, Justin offers to service all parts of Claudia's car at no cost, which she happily accepts. 2. Claudia threatens Justin with legal action. Later, Bree sees Claudia at Salt and recognizes her from when she came to hospital after the accident. Realizing something isn't right, Bree checks Claudia's medical file before calling her to come in for another CT scan. Claudia immediately gets on the phone to Justin and tells him if it's bad news, then she'll be suing him for everything he's got. 3. Eden lashes out at Levi. At the motel, Levi and Eden are doing their best to help Abigail through a tough time as she deals with withdrawal. It's not easy watching someone they care about struggle, and the atmosphere is heavy with concern. When Mackenzie calls to check on Levi, he decides to cover up where he really is, choosing to keep his situation a secret. Eden can't believe her brother would resort to lying, and she calls him out for being a natural liar. Their sibling bickering brings tension to an already stressful moment. However, the situation with Abigail quickly escalates, and her condition starts to worsen. As they see her suffering, Levi and Eden realize that they need to put their disagreements aside for the sake of their friend. Their focus shifts from their petty arguments to supporting Abigail, reminding them of the importance of family and friendship in tough times. The urgency of the moment brings them together, highlighting the need to prioritize helping Abigail over their differences. 4. Claudia gets the all clear. Justin makes his way to the hospital to check on Claudia, wanting to reassure her that she's being well taken care of. He knows how scary it can be to be in a hospital bed, and he wants to make sure she feels supported during this tough time. When he arrives, he does his best to lift her spirits and remind her that she's not alone in this. It's a moment of connection that shows Justin's genuine care for her well-being. Soon after, Bree pops in with some promising news. Claudia's test results have come back clean, which should be a relief for everyone. However, instead of feeling grateful for the good news, Claudia is furious about missing another day of work. It's clear that she's driven and passionate about her job, and the thought of falling behind frustrates her. While her health is the priority, Claudia can't help but feel the weight of her responsibilities, and this mix of emotions leaves her feeling even more stressed. 5. Justin makes a secret deal with Claudia. Theo is racked with guilt over the harm his actions have caused, and meets in person with Claudia to say sorry. But she's not interested in apologies and brands Theo incompetent. Justin goes after Claudia and offers to be her designated driver until her broken arm heals. She agrees to the arrangement, but Justin foolishly decides not to tell Leah. 6. Harper is feeling overwhelmed. Harper's anxiety is in overdrive as she worries how her and Tane are going to navigate having a baby together. When John probes whether they'll move in together, Harper snaps and admits they haven't discussed anything, and the not knowing is eating her up. Dana is there to offer her sister comfort and suggests it's time she had a chat with Tane. 7. Tain pledges his support to Harper. Taking Dana's advice to heart, Harper decides it's time to have a serious chat with Tain about their future and the baby. She's nervous but hopeful as she pulls him aside to discuss their plans and what lies ahead. To her relief, Tain is completely on board, reassuring her that he'll be there for all the important moments, like doctor's appointments and scans. His commitment brings a wave of comfort to Harper, and she feels excited about the journey they're about to embark on together. However, as Tain focuses on supporting Harper, he starts to lose sight of his relationship with Perri. While his intentions are good, this newfound commitment to Harper begins to take a toll on his connection with Perri, who feels neglected. Tain's attention is pulled in two different directions, and it becomes clear that balancing these relationships won't be easy. This situation sets the stage for potential conflicts, as both women in his life need him in different ways, and Tain will have to figure out how to be there for both without compromising any bonds. 8. Tain is torn between Harper and Perri. Perri is absolutely crushed when Rose tells him that there's no guarantee his statement will have any impact in court against his father. He had hoped that speaking up would finally bring some justice and closure, so hearing that it might not make a difference hits him hard. The weight of the situation feels heavier, and Perry's emotions spill over as he turns his frustration toward Tane. He accuses Tain of not being there for him during this tough time, feeling abandoned when he needs support the most. In an effort to make things right, Tain tries to step up for Perri, wanting to be the friend he knows he should be. However, in doing so, he starts to drift away from the promises he made to Harper about being there for her and the baby. Tain finds himself in a difficult position, trying to juggle the needs of both friends. This creates a tension that makes it clear that no matter how hard he tries, he can't fully satisfy everyone. The situation is becoming increasingly complicated, and Tain must navigate these tricky waters without letting anyone down. 9. Harper softens towards Tain. Perri opens up to Harper about his decision to testify against his father in the upcoming court case. It's a huge step for him, and he knows it won't be easy. When Harper hears this, it clicks for her why Tain has seemed so distracted lately. This revelation shifts her perspective, and she starts to see Tain's struggle in a new light. Understanding the weight of what Perri is facing helps her feel more compassion for Tain, who is trying to support both friends through a really tough situation. With this new understanding, Harper decides to give Tain the benefit of the doubt. She realizes that he's caught in a difficult spot, but she also makes it clear that communication is key. Harper promises to be patient, but she emphasizes that Tain needs to start opening up more about what he's going through. This promise of better communication becomes crucial for their relationship, as both of them need to feel connected and supported during this challenging time. Harper's willingness to work through their issues shows her commitment to making things work, but it also puts pressure on Tain to step up and meet her halfway. 10. Molly's dreams are dashed. Molly feels devastated when he finds out he didn't win the art competition. The disappointment weighs heavily on him, and he struggles to share this news with Kirby, who has always been so supportive of his work. It's not just about the loss, it's also about the fear of disappointing her and the pressure he feels to live up to her expectations. Instead of confiding in her, he keeps it bottled up, which makes him feel even more isolated. However, things take a turn when Molly receives his painting back in the mail, accompanied by a certificate of commendation. This unexpected recognition feels like a small victory, and he decides it's time to tell Kirby the truth. When he reveals that he didn't win but shows her the commendation, she lights up and reminds him that it's still a fantastic achievement. Her enthusiasm lifts his spirits, and Molly begins to see his situation differently. With Kirby's encouragement, he realizes that his art is valuable regardless of a competition win, and that positive outlook helps him regain his confidence and passion for creating. 11. Levi owns up to Mac. Levi's guilt about lying to Mac about Abigail finally becomes too heavy for him to bear. He knows he can't keep the secret any longer, so he decides to come clean to his girlfriend. When he tells her the truth, it's clear that Mac is hurt and angry. She feels betrayed, especially since she believed Levi was working tirelessly with patients when, in reality, he was covering for his friend. This moment hits hard for both of them, and Mac expresses how foolish she feels for trusting him. It's a tough pill to swallow, and the disappointment stings. As they navigate this difficult conversation, the question looms: can they rebuild their relationship after this betrayal? Levi understands the gravity of his actions and how they've impacted their trust. While Mac is understandably upset, there's a part of her that still cares for him deeply. They both know that this situation could either pull them apart or serve as a turning point for their relationship. It will take honest communication and a lot of effort on both sides to mend the cracks that have formed, but the question remains if they're both willing to fight for what they had. 12. Cash is causing problems at Salt. Mac is also having a tough time dealing with Cash, who's now the new co-owner of Salt, but has no clue how to run a restaurant. Despite Mac's best efforts, Cash won't listen to reason and continues to mess up on the job. Xander comes up with the suggestion of buying Cash out, but while Mac appreciates his enthusiasm, she knows there's no way Cash would agree to the deal. 13. Levi invites Abigail to move in. With Abigail on the mend, Eden goes to grab a few things at Cash's place, but is hurt when he gives her the cold shoulder. Meanwhile, Abigail refuses to stay with Remy, claiming he took Eden away from her when Lyric started. Levi comes up with the suggestion of Abigail crashing at his place instead, but fails to clear it with Mac. She's not going to thank him for that. 14. Cash suffers a panic attack. Following their earlier encounter, Eden confronts Cash at Salt and tells him she's not going anywhere. He continues to blank her and storms off into the storeroom. Inside, Cash feels as if the walls are closing in around him as he starts to hyperventilate. Will this panic attack be the wake-up call he needs to seek help? Thanks for watching our deep dive into 14 huge spoilers for Home and Away from October 21st to 25th. We've seen some intense moments, from Justin's tricky deal with Claudia, to Tain struggling to balance his commitments to Harper and Perri. It's clear that everyone is facing their own challenges. Whether it's Molly coping with disappointment or Levi dealing with the fallout of his lies to Mac, the emotional roller coaster is only heating up, and it's exciting to think about what's coming next. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. We love hearing your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know which storyline you're most excited about. Stay tuned for more Home and Away updates and spoilers right here on Episode Whisper.